Hey there, it's day 6 of week 4 of 52 weeks of vlogging, and it's been a huge week. On Tuesday we had the State of the Union address where the president talked about all kinds of stuff like bringing manufacturing back to the US and investing in development and research for science and technology and manufacturing, like 3D printing in Ohio. Aww. He talked about tying the minimum wage to the cost of living. He talked about all kinds of ideas in tax reform. He talked about gun control. And then on Thursday, the president spent part of Valentine's Day doing a Google Plus hangout with John Green and a bunch of other people. And during that Google Plus hangout, John Green asked the president about pennies and why the US still spends more money to make them than they're even worth. It's an obvious thing. Why hasn't anything been done about it? And the president basically said that pennies were a metaphor for the things that are wrong in Washington in terms of inefficiencies and in terms of clinging to the way we do things because it's the way we've always done things rather than because it's a really good sound idea that makes economic and political sense. There are examples like the one President Obama gave of the departments designed to deal with businesses that have grown into departments within departments within departments within departments, and nobody knows who to talk to anymore. It's inefficient, it doesn't make sense, it's a waste of money. It needs to be changed. This is something that every country deals with at some point. Canada has these problems, the UK has these problems, America has these problems, where people within the government like their income and like their job, and they don't want to legislate themselves into a lower income or a lower job. I actually think that one of the things that should be changed is who determines what people in government get paid. They shouldn't be allowed to pick their own salaries. Nowhere else does that happen unless you are the CEO of a company. And even then, I'm pretty sure the board of directors has a say in what you get paid. I don't think you get to just name your price. Why does it happen that way in government? It makes no sense. So pennies are a metaphor for all the things that are broken in Washington. That's the end of that discussion. He also talked about patent law, and he mentioned very briefly in his fireside chat, Google Plus Hangout thing without a fire, a little bit about copyright law, which again is something that I pay attention to because it concerns me. And he talked about how technology is changing so quickly and the world is changing so quickly that in terms of patent law, yes, it's important that the patent is valid long enough that the person who created it can really get something out of it and really benefit from the ownership of it. But no, it shouldn't last forever. And I think we can apply the same things to copyright law. Yes, I want my books, when they're eventually published, let them one day be published, please, 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 to be something that can provide income for my family, for my children, for my spouse. I'm not just writing for fun. I mean, I am writing for fun. I love writing and it's very fun and I love my books myself and it's definitely fun, but you know, it's time consuming and it would be nice if I could get paid something for all of the time, and I think my stories are worth publishing. I think that a lot of other people will get joy from them. And if other people get joy from them, then I should be paid. That's kind of the way novel writing works. I create something lots of people love, I get paid. And I want that income to be available not just while I'm alive, but also for my spouse after I die. But at the same time, I don't think it should be available forever. And while I think that the income from that novel specifically should be available, or novels, I hope to publish more than one in the future, I don't necessarily think it's appropriate that the characters be my husband's or my children's property forever and ever and ever. I would love to see changes in copyright law where the copyright on the actual work can last 50 or 75 or however many years after my death, but the ownership of the characters can expire upon my death, or even while I'm still alive, so that other people can feel free to take those characters and put them in new worlds and in new books and have them interact with new people and create something new out of it that will both draw people to their new thing and also maybe even send some people back to my thing who never would have found out about it in the first place. These are changes that can happen, but enough people have to want them to happen to raise the question in front of the right people who are able to make it happen. So let's start the conversation. Ideas in the comments, thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear what you think about those issues, pennies and inefficiency in government and copyright and patent law. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.